All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a really deep dive into the intense, high-stakes medical ecosystem over at Mohi-ud-Din Islamic Medical College, or MIMC, in Azad, Jammu and Kashmir. Seriously, if you've ever wondered what it actually takes to not just get into, but truly survive and thrive in a premier medical institution like this, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get into it. But before we even talk about the students themselves, we gotta establish the sheer physical footprint of where this all happens. We're talking a massive 3.5 million square feet located in the new industrial area of Mirpur. It was set up back in 2009 under the Anjuman-e Islam Siddiqiyya Trust. And get this, it holds the distinct honor of being the very first medical college established in AJ&K. It's a monumental, state-of-the-art facility built for exactly one purpose: forging the next generation of healthcare pros. So, here's our roadmap for the student lifecycle today. We're going to start with a quick welcome to MIMC, then navigate the admissions gauntlet, step inside the training hospital, break down the tuition and merit funding, and wrap up with campus life and community impact. All right, part 1. Welcome to MIMC, setting the stage. A super important thing to grasp right off the bat is that MIMC does not operate in a bubble. It's actually the cornerstone of the Faculty of Health and Medical Sciences. So what does that mean for an MBBS student? Well, it means you're routinely collaborating and sharing clinical research libraries, technical skill labs, and diagnostic seminars with future pharmacists, physical therapists, and critical care nurses. It's literally designed to mirror a real-world, highly collaborative healthcare environment right from day one. Moving on to part 2. The admissions gauntlet, surviving the selection. Getting your foot in the door here is a precise, high-stakes calculation. Following PM&DC guidelines, your fate comes down to a really rigid 3-tier formula. They give a 50% weightage to your MD-CAT score, a 30% weightage to your FSC pre-medical academic record, and then there's this absolutely crucial 20% weightage assigned for the institutional interview. Now, that 20% interview is where things get really fascinating. The panel isn't just checking to see if you memorized a biology textbook. They're rigorously evaluating 5 specific behavioral and operational traits. Sure, they test your aptitude and motivation, but they're also probing your psychological stress resistance. Like, can you actually handle the immense pressure of the medical field? They look at your communication skills and even your sports history to see if you're well-rounded. And, rather pragmatically, they review wealth statements to ensure long-term financial sustainability for your tuition. Basically, they need to know for sure that you can actually cross the finish line. Okay, so you survived the selection. What's next? That brings us to Section 3, inside the training hospital, the anatomy of academics. The day-to-day academic grind here is distinctly split right down the middle. In the beginning, you're deep in foundational, basic medical sciences. Think massive anatomy halls with bone bank museums, physiology labs, and simulated pharmacology setups. But as you progress, things shift dramatically into clinical sciences. That's when students are doing hands-on rotations in actual surgical theaters, ICUs, and specialized inpatient blocks. It's that critical pivot from learning how the body works on paper to actually saving lives in real time. And those advanced clinical rotations, they don't happen in some simulated vacuum. They take place right next door at the Mohi-ud-Din Teaching Hospital, or MUF. It's a fully equipped 500-bed facility literally adjacent to the main campus. This is the primary training ground where students knock out their clinical rotations, house jobs, and practical training, all under the intense scrutiny of senior medical specialists. Of course, running an immense clinical and academic operation like that requires some serious talent, which means a highly compensated faculty structure. To pull in the best, MIMC uses structured private-tier pay grades. Senior professors and department heads overseeing the curriculum and those advanced surgical theaters can pull in up to 420,000 PKR a month. That scale cascades down through associate and assistant professors, all the way to medical officers making between 85,000 and 125,000 PKR, and essential head nurses earning up to 90,000 PKR. It is a massive payroll, entirely dedicated to keeping the education top tier. Which segues perfectly into Section 4. Tuition and merit funding, the financial reality. Because let's be real, maintaining those advanced facilities and paying expert faculty requires serious capital. The financial stakes for students are undeniably high. The core 5-year MBBS program, that'll run you an annual tuition of 1.2 million PKR. The 4-year dental program is right behind it at 1.1 million PKR annually, and the BS nursing program is about 150,000 PKR per semester. And keep in mind, that doesn't even factor in the one-time admission fees, security deposits, or reoccurring exam fees. It's a huge financial commitment for any family. But there is a massive built-in incentive to drive excellence. The trust actually sets aside a robust 5 million PKR every single academic year. This fund goes towards substantial direct cash tuition waivers for the top 3 academic high achievers in each class. Talk about a powerful motivator, right? Perform at the absolute top of your cohort, and the institution literally pays you back. All right, let's shift gears away from the heavy academic and financial pressure. Section 5, Campus Life and Community, the Mini Garrison Ecosystem. To support students who are grinding through grueling 12-hour academic and clinical shifts, MIMC basically operates as a highly secure, self-contained residential network. We're talking over 1,000 residents living in gender-segregated compounds. The rooms are tri-seated and fully furnished. They've got subsidized daily dining running about 6,000 to 7,500 PKR a month. And, absolutely crucially, they have high-output power generators to combat local municipal power loads during brutal summer exams. Plus, the whole place is locked down with 24/7 armed security and mandatory biometric scanning for safety. Just keeping a population of this size fueled and focused is a wild operational feat. To manage the crowds efficiently, the college runs 4 distinct cafeterias. You've got 2 separate dining areas in the academic block and 2 more common cafeterias inside the teach and hospital wings for the on-duty doctors, interns, and staff. It's a smart setup. It ensures everyone gets fed without mixing the academic crowds with the pure chaos of the hospital. Now, the pulse, the culture, and the achievements of this whole ecosystem get documented in the Chinar newsletter. Named proudly after the iconic Himalayan plane tree, this official campus publication tracks everything. We're talking new campus developments, emergency ward performance metrics, and all the incredible public health initiatives spearheaded by both the students and the faculty. And speaking of those initiatives, the students' impact goes way beyond the campus walls. As a core part of their community outreach, the college and hospital deploy an annual medical caravan. This team of senior consultants and paramedics actually travels out to remote, mountainous regions like Nareen Sharif, providing totally free diagnostics, medication, and triage checkups to more than 1,000 rural patients every single trip. It's honestly a profound reminder of exactly why these students put themselves through the gauntlet in the first place. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. We've mapped out the massive physical scale, the grueling admissions, the intense clinical demands, and those sky-high financial stakes of the MIM life cycle. Getting through it requires intelligence, for sure, but honestly, it requires a ton of grit. So you gotta ask yourself, knowing everything it takes, do you have the psychological fitness and the sheer resilience to survive, adapt, and truly thrive in a high-pressure medical ecosystem like this? Thanks so much for joining me, and keep learning.